I've had a lot of questions about homework problem number 4, so I wanted to give you guys a quick video run through and really talk about something that will be very useful to have on the test. So I intentionally wrote number 4 so that it went in an order that really would hopefully help you out. So what I like to think of, I'm going to make a little table here. We have these two special cases when we're talking about probabilities, right? Or two events. They could be independent or they could be disjoint. They cannot ever be both of those things. They're either one or the other. So with both of those things, we have special formulas, and they can either help us out with finding A and B or finding A or B, right? So one of these two. So if we wanted to make up a table sort of showing all the different options for this, we could. And this is something you might want to consider putting on your little note card for the test. So if we have two events that are independent, that's when we get that special rule, the multiplication rule, that says we can find A and B by simply multiplying the probability of A times the probability of B together. And most students did not have a trouble on this. In fact, most people who ask me questions on part B. So part B says, well, what the heck is and if they're disjoint? And students want there to be some sort of fancy-ass formula, but there isn't. If we're talking about disjoint events, remember, this is two events that do not intersect. So that means their and is 0. You don't have to do any work. There's nothing to do in this particular question, but write that this probability is equal to 0. The or probabilities are going to come straight from our formula for or. A or B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. And look, we know the ands. That was the top of this table. So we know for A or B, all we're going to do is take the first two, add them together, and then subtract whatever the heck our and was. So for independent, that's that multiplication. And for disjoint, well, we'd subtract off 0, which is where we get these are the two actual special rules that we have, right? Are these two. But really, in my mind, I think it's a lot easier to just think about the ands and what they are, and then just use the sort of general formula to get our ors. Hopefully that helps.